So yeah, here we are. Talk about the passion. We're doing another one of these. Talk about the collections with you, Randy Larsen. You hit me up a few weeks ago, just checking in, see how I was doing, and asked about doing one of these again. And I just said, which one do you want to do? And you said we go to Denkos, and I was immediately on board with that. And I was going to do a field day one at one at one point. We'll
Wow.
get to that. But yeah, we go to Denko's. Um, I got a copy.
Unbelievable.
I got this used a few years ago. I think it's an older one. It's a little different, right? Isn't the logo's bigger on on that one, yeah.
Yeah, this is the latest press.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so Dag Nasty. 1987, recorded in March 1987, released in July of 1987, Discord number 26. It's always weird to hear some of the these Discord records, the early number, like this is only number 26 and it's already like 1987.
I
Uh,
know. I know.
and there's like so, yeah, and probably everything up to that point is probably amazing. I mean,
A
they
classic.
have a
Yeah.
pretty good track record, obviously, but
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Still.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Every once in a while there's something weird that comes out in there, like the high back chairs or something.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some stuff. I mean, there's some stuff, honestly, I haven't checked out at all. Just kind of look at it and be like, it's probably not for me, but,
Right, right.
you
Yeah.
know, you
Yeah.
can't listen to everything, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, So when did you get into Dag Nasty? So this came out in '87, and their first the Can I Say record with Dave Smalley, I guess was '86, a year before, I think, right?
Yeah. I think it was 86.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably around the time Can I Say came out, maybe shortly after. Some older guys that were in my high school made me some tapes, you know, and Dag Nasty Can I Say was one of them. It was definitely the most, I mean, verbal assault too, but it was the most melodic. I don't think Trial had come out yet. So it was the most melodic of all the stuff. They made me like 5 or 6 tapes of
Yeah.
everything from Suicidal that we talked about last time to DRI,
Yeah,
Misfits,
yeah.
The
Nice.
Essentials. And Dag Nasty was definitely different. Can I Say was different, kind of stood out in
Yeah.
a way because of the melody and stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's what I got into him. I bought Wig Out of Denkos. I don't know if it was the day it came out, but it was the
Right.
week or two or
Yeah.
whatever. Um, at the Newbury Comics in Harvard Square. Was
Yeah.
that
Okay.
the? You would know this. Remember the Newbury Comics? It might still be there. I think it's Harvard Square. It was in like that little mall.
Yeah. Yeah. The garage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the second floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That
Harvard
place.
Square, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I always get Harvard Square and
Yeah.
Kenmore Square mixed up.
Right.
Um, I bought it on cassette
Oh, nice.
at that at that Newbury Comics on a skateboarding trip with those older guys from
Yeah.
my high school. And
Yeah. Yeah.
one of the first times I ever went up to Boston, and
Yeah.
not the first time, but one of
Right.
our early 2 or 3 times. So, and yeah, I remember popping this in the cassette player, and I don't think I knew they had a different singer. You know,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
information didn't travel like it does
Yeah.
now.
I know, right?
So I was like, oh, new Dag Nasty, and I put it in, and I was like, just kind of taken aback a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
But I did instantly really like this record.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. So
Yeah.
how about you? Did you predate me by a year or two going to shows?
Yeah. I
So
think so, yeah. Yeah, I got into them in like in '86, I guess, when they first they played them on one of the maybe a WERS. They played them and Embrace, and then both of them were supposed to play in Boston with Slapshot in the spring. And that would have been the first time I saw Ian Mackay, but they broke up before, like I think literally the like right the day before that or something. But it was Dag Nasty with, I'd never seen Brian Baker, the guy from Minor Threat. And
right.
and I think they played I've heard on the radio from the maybe a demo or something.
Okay.
It's just someone who got it, and I loved it immediately because it sounded like an extension of Minor Threat, but just like, a little different. And just Brian, then you that's when like you were like, wow, Brian Baker is a guitar player.
Yeah,
And
a
the
good
same
guitar.
thing with I never knew there was a singer before. I didn't know the whole history of the band before that. I thought Dave Small, because it was the same thing, just not getting information, all the stuff. I knew that guy Mike Gitter, who I just noticed is thanked in this, which makes sense because he was all over these guys at the time.
Yes, yes.
Booked them a lot, and I remember too. I don't know, he was like telling someone that the first song on this record, "The Godfather," is about being impotent, like the yeah, I can't remember the lyrics, but I'm like, is that true? And I'm like 17. I'm like, oh, really? Uh,
Cool story.
but yeah, I remember when I think I got this before I saw them with Peter. And I'll stay right at the beginning of this. He's my favorite singer in I love all the singers in this band, but I think I like his lyrics best and just his voice and approach to these songs was good, I thought. So
Yeah, I know it gets to be a heated debate amongst
yeah,
people, whether between this and Can I Say.
yeah, yeah,
I don't think there's anyone who's going to bat for Field Day as the best
right,
Dag record,
yeah, yeah,
or the two after that, which
right, right,
I
yeah,
think have moments,
yeah,
but
yeah,
do not hold up to
no,
Can I Say and Wig Out. A good friend of mine, Dan, that I've been going to shows with and shit for years. He's from Rhode Island.
yeah,
He we don't argue about it, but he always brings up that Wig Out is his favorite Dag Nasty record.
yeah, okay.
Will you go that far? Do you like it better than Can I Say?
Um, I don't know. I think this is another one of these when bands change like the singer. It's always hard to see, like is Volume 4 better than Heaven and Hell? I because they're both like a mate,
Yes.
oh, yeah, I know, yeah. I mean, yeah,
I love Heaven and Hell too.
yeah, I do too.
Yeah, it's. I mean, music
Hard.
isn't a contest, but
Yeah,
like
that too. Yeah,
these are fun debates to have.
yeah, yeah,
I look at it the same way as you do, though, man. Like this record to me is like, Can I Say is probably a more important record overall,
yeah,
but there's something about this record like
yeah.
brings me back to very specific memories
Same
of
here. Yeah,
where I was, where I
yeah,
was driving, like the song Safe. Like I remember specifically driving my like piece of shit, like 1979 Monte Carlo
I
down
have.
like the back roads in my farm town with, and
Yeah,
that's why,
yeah,
like, that's how music is. I'm sure there's records and songs that affect you the same way.
yeah, yeah. This
This
is
is a big one for me with that.
yeah,
It brings back so many memories from around that time.
yeah, yeah. This one came out in the summer of '87, and I graduated high school. So this was a big summer record, and just it is just the sound of it is very it's
Yes.
warm, and just the lyrics are at the time it was like my first punk rock girlfriend.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah,
That makes
so
sense.
yeah, and we
SFI.
played this record, and then Field Day too was the other one, and the Descendants and all, and but yeah, this one was the one that we played a lot. So
Now you were saying the first time you saw Dag Nasty was that Slapshot show,
yeah,
Embrace. Well,
yeah,
that's a pretty famous show.
yeah, the Rat, yeah.
Was it just Dag Nasty and Slapshot, or did someone else play?
I feel like Psycho maybe filled
Oh,
in. They were sort of the band at the time that would fill in like for
last minute.
yeah, yeah. I
So
love
the first time I saw Dag Nasty
yeah.
was with Slapshot. It was
Oh, okay.
just those two bands at the Rocket in
I
Providence.
was at that show.
You were at that show?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
saw
was
that
my second
was
show.
Pete Cortner, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah. Now, this wasn't out by then. That was before this came out.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
I think that might have been the first time I saw them with Pete, and then he played with them at the Rat, I think, or TT's maybe.
Yeah, I didn't go to those.
Yeah, one
Uh,
of those. So,
the
but so that was the
dynamic
first time
was
you
very,
saw it.
the dynamic was very funny though, because like you had Slapshot,
Yeah,
like Choke in his heyday, with
yeah,
Stick, and then like Dag Nasty, like the whole Peter Cortner vibe was like it was very like wispy, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It was very wimpy. Like uh, it was just funny. Like
yeah.
the dynamic in the room was like it was on my second show, so I was still getting used to the dynamics of the
Right.
show to begin
Yeah,
with. It's like
yeah,
this is kind of weird. Like you know,
yeah,
it was great though. It was such a great show.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can't remember here, I can't really remember them doing the Dave stuff, or the early the pre-Peter stuff. But I imagine it was good. I've seen some live stuff here and there, but not great footage. But
Right.
I don't remember how he did with the older stuff. I'm sure he did fine. They covered Under Your Influence on
Oh
Field Day,
man,
although I think they kind of take the piss out of it.
I'd be real quick since we've mentioned it a few times. Like, what's your opinion on Field Day?
I like it actually. Yeah, I'm actually a fan of
I
that.
don't hate it. I
Yeah,
like it too. I like it too.
yeah,
That was it was another. I don't know when it came out, but that was another like early like first girlfriend
yeah,
summer
yeah,
vibes.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like, yeah. She'll probably dig this. You know.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah. All the lyrics were definitely perfect for that.
yeah,
Especially because I liked a lot of that tough guy hardcore stuff, and that was sort of starting to creep in a little more there. And the metal stuff I love, obviously. But this was sort of the first time, outside of like 7 seconds, where bands were, starting to get more personal, like stuff I would connect it to that wasn't, like scene politics or straight
Reagan.
edge or Reagan, yeah, and that kind of stuff. So this was more my speed, I think.
This is puberty core.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, this was be like fawning over a girl that, I probably shouldn't have wasted so much time fawning over. Funny too, the girl who I dated at the time, I ran into her last year. I went to see the band, the OCs, and we're
Oh
still
yeah,
friends on social media. But she's still in high school. People called me Chris. I didn't go by Christian.
right.
I probably hadn't seen her in like 30 years. I said, "Hey, Chris." But it immediately brought back like a lot of the stuff that we were listening to at the time. So
Sure,
um,
it's
but
awesome.
yeah, this record, there's the CD version has all those. We'll go through some of the songs here. The CD reissue had some of the demos,
Yeah,
which I love. Is that song Mango? Which
mangoes. Yeah,
which is like Brian Baker's guitar in that is just it almost sounds like this is sort of how they wrote songs, like it's like a Dag Nasty jam session.
right.
And just like the stuff he comes up with is it blows my mind.
Me too. He's so good.
Yeah. And then there's that other version of Fall that has like a 12-string guitar in it, or it almost
Yeah.
sounds like Rickenbacker, and I feel like that was probably what Brian was like going through the REM phase.
Yes.
I think he was like a U2 REM guy at that time. Like a lot of the
Yes.
7 seconds and those guys were
Yeah.
starting to get into that stuff. But
You
yeah.
should have you should have joined Uniform Choice.
I know, right? Yeah, I should talk about them at some point, their later stuff. I don't think I've ever actually heard that. Uh have I heard that? What is it? The Sun, the
Staring into the sun.
Staring into the Sun. I think I heard it at the time, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? It's one of those records. I bet if you listen to it now, you'd appreciate it more. It's not as bad as you remember.
Yeah, yeah,
It's actually in line. It's like it's kind of right. It's like Field Day, Staring into the Sun.
yeah,
There's a couple other records that escape my mind right now. I put them all in that same category.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
at the time, it's not what I wanted to hear.
yeah, yeah,
Although I did like Field Day, but like yeah, Staring into the Sun. I was a huge Screaming for Change guy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So when I went to see them at the Anthrax and they came out looking like U2,
Yeah, I know.
I was not having it.
Yeah, I never got to see them. At one point on this podcast early on, a buddy of mine and I were going to do like a series. And I guess I've kind of started doing it a little with this, but doing those kind of records, like talking about like Discharge, Grave New World, or
Oh yeah.
bands like took like a left turn, like that Bad Religion second album, or
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a weird
even
one.
like the Misfits, Earth AD. Uh, any of that kind
7 Seconds Praise,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which
This,
I also like.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that record a lot.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, so this record came out, and I was looking for some reviews of this, and I found a Maximum Rock and Roll one from Walter Glazer, who said, "This time, Dag Nasty has less punch and more melody present, bringing the Descendants pop sound to mind. Could be because it's almost a whole new band." But aside from a few catchy, hummable tunes like Safe, most of this LP struck me as ineffective and rather weak. Get back to the grind, guys.
I
Um,
did not expect Maximum Rock and Roll to like
yeah,
this.
I know. Anytime I go back and read their reviews, I'm just like, this is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I'd never heard the Descendants sound in this really. I know they had Doug Carrion, who's a great bass player. Uh,
great.
yeah. And did you see Field Day when they came around?
I did.
You did.
I
I
did.
think I was in California when they were here. How
Um,
was that?
yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. I liked it more than I thought I would actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't say I really liked their original material that they
Yeah. Okay.
with. It was fine,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was really nice to hear, especially these songs.
Yeah.
And some, they even obviously played some stuff off Field Day, considering
Yeah.
how
Yeah. Yeah.
it was really cool to hear those songs with him singing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I
been a
know.
long time. So yeah, it was cool. I don't know if that project's still
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
live,
It's
but
a really cool band right now that's pretty good.
yeah,
Um yeah, I would have loved to have seen them just because when I saw them, I think same thing, yeah, the record hadn't been out. And then when I saw them again, it was after the record when they played in Boston. I'm pretty sure that was TT's. I know
yeah.
one of those shows when they came out on stage, Pete Cortner said I have a joke, and he said, "What's Kevin Second's blood type? B positive."
I never heard that one. That's
I
pretty
know.
good.
Uh, but yeah, but it would have been cool to hear these songs now, just after living with them now for 40, because at the time when I did see them, they were still relatively new songs to me.
Yeah,
So hearing these now, especially now, like we talk about with a lot of these records, is they're just like ingrained in your DNA. Like every little click and sound on the record, and
this is one of those for sure.
yeah,
It's funny. I pulled this out again recently and have listened to it quite a bit. That's why I don't know. I hit you up about it. I'm like, I just assumed you would like this record.
yeah, yeah. I do. I love this record. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I had a feeling it'd be a cool one to talk about. But yeah, I pulled it out recently a few months ago. I've been listening to it a ton, so
yeah, yeah. It's
I
good.
still love it. And it was nice to hear those songs. Yeah, it would have been nice to hear Brian Baker, of course.
Yeah, yeah,
The guy who was playing guitar did a good job, and it sounded cool. The songs sounded like the songs,
yeah,
so it was definitely cool
yeah,
to revisit these.
yeah. I think I read or heard somewhere that he the guitar player uh contacted Brian Baker and got like all the amp and pedal settings and stuff so he could, kind of get the same
Really?
guitar sound he got. I don't know if that's a myth or what, but
Yeah. That's
cool if so,
that's nice of Brian Baker to do that. If that's the case, yeah,
I know.
I've never met Brian Baker, but like he's probably the coolest guy ever.
Yeah.
But he comes off sometimes as a
Yeah, like some yeah.
little, I don't know how to
Yeah.
describe it. Little, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not so,
Like,
not so.
he wouldn't be very nice.
Yeah, I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
The nicest
But
guy ever.
yeah, I think he is one of those guys. He's just like, yeah, I was in Minor Threat, so fuck
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that's his right.
Yeah, yeah. The other
It's
three
fair.
guys, four guys, aren't like that, They're completely. But yeah, he did join Junkyard, so he's got that rock star thing.
Yes,
But
John.
as a musician and the stuff he's played on and written over the years is in my fucking DNA,
Yeah,
forever.
same here, man. Between the Minor Threat records,
Yeah,
the first two Dag Nasty records, like
yeah,
those are all time greats
yeah,
for sure, for
yeah.
sure.
And it's great. It's interesting too. I was thinking about, this is another record recorded by Ian and Don Z and Tara at Inner Ear. Yet it sounds like completely different than Can I Say? Like the
Uh,
sound, like
yes,
warm and yeah, it's just a different, it's quiet. I don't know. I love,
I had the same thought because didn't they also did Can I Say, right?
yeah, yeah. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's wild. Like this record, not only does it not sound like Can I Say at all, it
yeah,
doesn't really sound like any other stuff that came out of Inner Ear
yeah,
or
yeah,
Score. Like
right?
it has its own sound, like
Yeah, yeah,
totally alien to all that other
yeah.
stuff.
I know.
It's kind of wild. I mean,
Yeah. I think that's what's sort of given it the staying power and sort of why we're talking about it because it is like
yeah,
this just sort of record on its own island.
yeah, it does. It definitely has it's like a really warm kind of sound.
Yeah.
It's very different from a lot of the other stuff. I would never guess if I didn't know that they recorded it there with Ian and Don. I would never guess this was recorded there.
Yeah, I know.
It just doesn't have that sound.
No, and I always thought it sounds like this picture is like a perfect
Yeah,
presentation. It's that yellow toned
yeah.
Brian Baker hiding in the back. And then I always thought that the picture inside on this here with the lyric sheet, I always thought that was a Dag Nasty bedspread. With a bunch of fucking Dag Nasty shirts.
I am looking at it.
I'm going, oh my God, is that a Dag Nasty bedspread? Yeah. When I think about that now, I'm like, what do you, that's something you would do now as a 56-year-old guy. Oh, a
You could
bedspread.
probably get one on Etsy or something.
You could probably could. Um, but yeah, so the logo on this record was apparently from it was a Persian prayer rug in Pete Cortner's apartment with his wife. And he traced it. He saw this pattern on there that I think he thought looked like the logo, the Can I Say flaming head guy.
Yeah,
And he did a mock-up, cover and sent it to Discord and used this font. And he didn't really plan for them to use this font, but they used it anyway. And he likes it now, which because it is. I think that's different than the one on Can I Say.
yeah, it is. And I love this. I mean, obviously the flaming head from Can I Say
Yeah,
is amazing, but like I love this logo too.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I wish they used the flaming head as the cover of Can I Say.
yeah.
I don't know why they didn't do that.
I know. Yeah,
But yeah, this is something else about this record. I don't know what it is. The cover is so simple,
yeah,
but it's so striking to me.
yeah. I know, right?
Like a friend of mine was visiting from LA a couple of years ago, and I guess he bought one of these zip up hoodies from that shirt killer
Oh
place.
yeah, yeah. I love
There's
that. Yeah,
killer merch in there, and I was like, holy shit! It was just awesome. Like when he walked in with it, I was like, damn, I got to get one of those.
yeah,
I always love the. I don't know if it's the black and the yellow or just the image.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
so simple but cool.
Yeah, the aesthetic of the band was cool. They just, they sort of oozed like coolness.
Yeah,
Um, and
I
yeah, I
agree.
thought Doug Carrion was a good replacement for Roger.
Me too. He's a great bass player.
And they thank all three of the in here too. Uh, Sean, Dave, and Roger. Mike Gitter, Mark Sullivan from King Face, and
Love King
really
Face.
Brad in his doggy style.
Doggy style. Wow. I haven't thought of that in a long time. Do they thank Apology or just Mike Gitter?
Oh, just Mike Gitter, yeah. And then Albany, New York, where I think they recorded the on that CD. There's like that acoustic version of When I Move. Like, well, there's a live version of When I Move. It's like them sitting and I've heard, uh, but I think that was recorded in Albany, and maybe that the demo with that Mango session that had which is all these songs but with Roger on bass. Um,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um, I think
This,
those might have been recorded up in Albany. I don't know
the,
what their
the
connection.
bonus CD tracks, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm not sure what their connection was to Albany, but yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
got me. I know Albany had a pretty thriving scene
Yeah, yeah,
for a small city. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. So for songs on here, what are some of your favorites on here?
Oh man,
You know,
Safe is my favorite.
Safe.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's my favorite.
yeah.
Um, God, not a lot of weak songs on here,
No,
honestly. I mean, when I move is probably not one of my favorite songs, but it just fits.
perfectly to end. That's the side one of the record.
It's like a nice breath. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Um, God, exercise is awesome.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's tough.
yeah. You know.
I do like them all. How about you? Do you have any standouts?
Yeah, I think Safe and it's funny. Side one is the two sides are definitely different, but also like looking at these songs, they are all kind of have their own kind of thing
Yeah,
going. Um,
yeah,
Simple Minds is sort of that fast one, but I love Wig Out at the song Wig Out at Denkos.
yeah.
Uh,
Me too.
I was going to talk about that one. Um,
Interesting lyrics in that one.
yeah, yeah, and this, talking about these records on this podcast isn't like the deep dive that a lot of other people do. And I learned a lot about this record on the Discord End on End podcast.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
no, 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 but so I was just gonna say that's where I learned like a lot of the and then recently there's a guy Steve Riccardo from Boston who has a podcast called Blow and Smoke. And he worked for Giant Records, and he's the one that worked with them when they did Field Day and I think Uniform Choice. And but he had Pete on the his podcast a few months ago, and that was really good because he was sort of talking about that era, with Field Day, and then like his the stuff he's doing with his new band, and interesting guy. But
Verbal Assault was another Giant
yeah,
Records,
yeah, yep,
right? Yeah. Uh, you mentioned the Discord podcast, End on End. Like,
yeah.
yeah, that's the place to go if you want detail.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a 7 hour episode.
Yeah.
Some of the episodes I'm like, um,
I mean, they're doing the Lord's work over there, man.
yeah, yeah,
They're dissecting these records like in a clinical,
yeah,
but I enjoy it. I mean,
yeah, yeah, I did too. I
I
haven't.
even enjoy. They kind of have that same format as you don't know Mojack, the
Oh
SST
yeah, yeah,
podcast, where like the opening like monologue is like
yeah,
them just riffing on like
yeah.
what should
Love
have
that.
been new, and it'll go on for an hour and a half.
Yeah, before they even get to the fucking record. Yeah,
But I like that.
yeah, I do too. Yeah,
It's
because
cool.
it's
It's
like
cool.
it's just like having a conversation with that you would
Yeah.
have with your friends.
So we'll just do the having a conversation with your friend.
Yeah, exactly. And, yeah,
We're
like
like the
some.
uh, we're like the dental hygiene, the dental assistant. They
Yeah, yeah. Like this guy is gonna do the deep work, but I'm just gonna fucking tell you some shit about it.
yeah. So if you really want to know about We Got a Denkos, end on end, they're gonna put
Yeah,
on the scrubs.
yeah,
They're gonna get in there. They're gonna get in there. We're just gonna talk shit.
yeah, yeah. Uh, but that song, "We Go to Denkos," I had learned that on that podcast, and then I just kind of looked it up again. Denkos was a friend who held house parties, and then Mark's having a hard time on Orange and Sunshine, and Hal spilling malt liquor on his Minor Threat sticker. Uh, Mark was in a band called Body Count on that was on this. Do you have
Nice tea.
No, no, no. It was a DC band, but that was not. Yeah, have you ever seen this compilation?
Yeah, Bouts and Babies. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But they're on this compilation, and it's almost like a ska type of song.
Okay.
And also, is this recorded at? No, recorded at Hit and Run Studios in 1983. Um, but this guy Mark, I was kind of looking him up, and he was there's a song, yeah, Bull in a China Shop is the song on here. But on YouTube, there's a demo of their stuff, and it's kind of like ska stuff. It looks like they did a lot of shows with Scream, Um, but this guy, I don't know if it's the same because there was two Marks in the band, and one of the Marks uh played with Beefeater and HR in one of our HR's early bands. Yeah. So
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
I don't know
cool.
if it's the same guy. And then Yanni, you know about him, right? Yanni, uh that's someone that Yanni drive is the Stinking Lizaveta.
Yeah, I did know that. I did know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, I sort of know Yanni through friends of
yeah,
friends.
yeah,
Like Christian McKenna, he was on
yeah, of
my
course. Yeah, yeah.
he sends his well wishes, by the way. I don't
Oh,
know if you
yeah. He sent message me the other day. Nice. Yeah, I love that
uh,
guy.
he's still a good friend of mine.
Yeah,
So Stinking Elizabeth is from Philly.
yeah.
He's from
Oh,
Philly. They
yeah,
put records on Translation Loss.
yeah.
So
Oh, did they put
so,
records on that record on that label? Yeah,
yeah, I
100%.
think they have I think Stinking Elizabeth has like at least two, maybe three records on Translation
Oh,
Loss.
okay.
They put out records all the time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he just did that Eugene Robinson thing. I haven't listened to that yet.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, I did. So I did know. I mean, I didn't know when I was a kid when I
yeah.
got the
No, I didn't
record.
either until I.
I didn't know till 10 years ago. But,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
that
and
is
that
fun.
band's awesome. I love my band
Oh
played
yeah,
with it a couple times.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That guy's just a monster on the guitar.
He
Just
really is. He's crazy. I saw him before I knew uh, who he was, who they were before I knew Christian
yeah,
and Translation Loss and all those guys. I
yeah,
just saw him randomly at a show in Boston, and they like blew my mind. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"What the fuck?"
Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
Yeah, they
awesome.
did a cover of I think they did a cover of something off there's Hendrix Band of Gypsies. I think them changes in one of those songs, like an
Oh
instrument.
wow,
It was pretty awesome.
I bet. Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy band.
Yeah. Um yeah, so Dag Nasty. What else about this record? 1987. What else were we listening to in 87? Like Suicidal. You had talked about the Join the Army came out. And that
Yeah,
was I'm gonna buy a copy of that record soon. And because I had said on when we did the Suicidal episode, you were saying you were a big fan of it, and I was kind of like, eh. So I was thinking maybe I'll get it and listen to it, and we'll go and talk about it. Do
we'll
it.
do it. Wear my Join the Army flannel
Yeah.
shirt. My wife got me for Christmas a couple
Yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
That was another early record trip to Boston.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got to join the army at Newbury Comics.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I was listening to all the stuff of the time, man. Cro-Mags,
yeah, yeah,
Uniform Choice, Youth of Today, big Verbal Assault fan.
yeah.
Uh, Trying to think the shows I went to in '87. Bad Brains,
Yeah, yeah, that's the first time I saw the Bad Brains.
yeah. Eye Against Eye tour, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That was the first show.
yeah,
So yeah, all stuff I still listen to today,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is
87 was
which
you
is
were
good.
15 in 87 or
Yes.
yeah, yeah, I was 17. So
Yep.
all that kind of stuff stays with us forever, and I think that's sort of a testament to
Yeah.
and when it's also just like a great record that
Yeah. I say this about I argue with friends sometime about like hip hop and stuff. Like maybe I'm just like an old out of touch geezer in a lot of
yeah,
ways. Like
yeah,
I feel like a lot of newer when I say newer hip hop, I'm talking
yeah.
like 1995
Yeah,
until now.
yeah, yeah,
But I always make the comparison between like records like this and the punk and hardcore of this time and
yeah,
before. Same thing with the old hip hop. When you hear Public Enemy, you
yeah,
know it's Public Enemy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
When you hear this record, you know it's Dag Nasty.
yeah,
When you
yeah,
hear the Bad Brains, you know it's Bad Brains.
yeah,
I
yeah,
just feel like and it just there's so much of everything now. You got
yeah.
to think back to the time when we were consuming this stuff.
I know.
Like I know you like a lot of old hip hop too, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I mean, there was like little amounts of it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And now
yeah,
there's so much of everything all the time.
yeah.
It's
So
really hard to
it's
focus.
all diluted into
Yeah,
one pile of shit.
right. And like punk hadn't been around for long.
Yeah,
Uh, Hip hop hadn't been around for long, so there wasn't really copies of a copy of a
yeah,
copy. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was
like
new. Yeah,
yeah, I hear bands now, and like I don't want to say any names because I'm not trying to insult
Yeah,
anybody. They're good bands, but they're
yeah,
just so derivative.
yeah,
Right
doing
away, you can be like, oh, they like boom, 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 and
yeah,
that's how they sound. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's human
right,
nature.
yeah,
Um, that's what I love about like the 80, 85, 86, 87,
yeah.
88 with this
That's
kind of
what I
stuff.
love.
A few things I don't listen to anymore, but
Yeah, yeah,
90% of it, like I still love.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because a lot of this stuff was stuff just being like that this style of music was being created in front of our eyes, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, it was
That
on.
hardcore and punk was evolving too.
Yeah,
Like the evolution of being more melodic. Like there was like Husker Du and a few bands that were doing the
yeah,
whole melodic thing, but I don't know. This is different. It wasn't from the West Coast. This
yeah.
sounds like a West Coast record to me,
I know. Yeah, it does. Yeah,
right?
I know.
But it wasn't from the West Coast. So like things are just starting to change and evolve. Like bands like Embrace, other Revolution Summer
Yeah,
bands,
yeah.
which I also love a lot of that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And like I was thinking the other day about this year with well maybe it was '86 when Eye Against Eye came out, and I was listening to that and I was because it's so different than what they
Yeah.
did before, you know. Even though the song Eye Against Eye was on it's on that Black Dots or one of those because they recorded it way early.
Oh
Um,
yeah, 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 yeah.
um,
But
but
yeah,
the
that
thing
record is
about
so
Eye Against Eye and the recording is they like reinvented this sound,
yeah,
and nobody else did that. You know, they created this new sound and then just abandoned it because the
yeah,
after that doesn't sound the quickness doesn't really sound like I mean a little bit, but
a little bit, but not. It
yeah,
doesn't. I like quickness is kind of my cutoff. Like I
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
I do
yeah.
like quickness, but I don't like much after that.
Yeah, yeah. I like that Gotta Love record a lot. The one that when they
Yeah.
got signed to Madonna's label.
I gotta revisit that actually.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
there's songs on there that I like, but
yeah.
I
I like
never like,
that.
got into the whole record. I
Yeah,
should check it out.
yeah. Have people covered songs from this record? I know Ryan Adams had a song called Safe, and it literally had Am I safe if I don't want to be with you in the lyrics? And I thought that was kind of suspect. Um,
Yeah, especially because he's kind of a known.
yeah, a hardcore guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, but this seems like one of those bands like I don't think you could really cover songs on
Yeah.
this record.
I
Uh,
mean, I've heard covers of stuff off Can I Say?
yeah, yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like
this record, good call, dude. I don't know.
yeah.
Well, when we start our label, you know, we'll do our first record will be a tribute.
Covers. Yeah, we'll do a wig out at Denkos. Yeah.
Yeah, every
Tribute.
band gets a song.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Awesome. Um, yeah, I guess that's it. We love this record. We go to Denkos. And like we said at the beginning, there's no real sort of favorite Dag Nasty record, or at least out of these two. You know, I think everything after this is it's in its own realm, but I think this record and Can I Say sort of stand on their own. It's just like perfect hardcore records or punk records or emo, you know, people want to
Whatever.
say this is sort of the beginning of emo,
Yeah.
which I would rather have listened to something like this or, you know, Embrace or Rites of Spring than what they call emo now, which I think is
Oh yeah.
hard to listen to.
Yeah. People seem to think like emo is a term from the last like 10 years, but I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I was calling Embrace emo in 1988.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that's sort of when I first heard that term.
Yeah.
So
Of
awesome. All right, man. Well, thanks for doing this, and we'll have
course.
another one of these soon. Yeah, because literally the last one of these I did was one with you. So, well,
Yeah. Well, hey man, I'm always down to do them. It's fun. I just like like I said, we'll let end on end do the real surgical
yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah. But
We'll
yeah,
just
the Army. We'll have to talk about that. We'll get that together, and maybe the Rollins band.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and a tribute to Brian Baker for making such a great record. To steal his line, later nerds.
later, man. Good to see you, man. I'll
Good to
talk
see
to you
you.
soon.